I watch your news show, and I'm always amazed at how much you lie.
Well, you have to have access. You have to play the game or they'll cut you off.
When we were young, you felt the truth would set people free and that to tell it would make you happy.
You always used to quote some line from an art movie. The truth will bury everything that is dead within us.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. The wind.
The truth will bury everything that is dead within us.
I'm sorry.
The truth will bury everything that is dead within us. What movie is that from?
Listen! He hasn't got time for this now. He's got a big story to get out about a nuclear meltdown at Pickering. We're less than 10 minutes to air, and he hasn't even dealt with his mother yet.
You're looking good today.
I hate it here. Why am I here?
We thought it was best for you. Everyone agreed.
Food here is horrible. You used to help me cook. I always said you had the most fantastic palate. You could detect the subtlest taste in anything that I made. But now I'm hooked up to this intravenous, and all the food they bring me is cold and mashed.
That's what's best for you.
You come here in your car thinking, maybe she's already dead. Maybe it's all over.
Oh, I don't want to have this conversation every time I come here, okay? I don't want to hear this anymore.
Who makes the decision?
What decision? What are you talking about?
To pull the plug. It must be you. Oh, I hated that you should have that hanging over you.
That's not even on my mind.
I always wanted you to be happy. That's all I lived for. Now this death of mine that won't happen, I torment you by staying alive when all I lived for was to make you happy.
Time for your mother's meal. She's actually doing remarkably well, considering her condition. She knows you want her to die. She's very sharp. She's just bothered by one thing, your incessant unhappiness. So maybe next time you come by, you can be a little more upbeat.
In November 1990, all moderator room pumps were found seized in Pickering Unit number 4. The pumps would have been unable to perform their function of recirculating the water to prevent the fuel from melting.
There he is!
Potentially the China syndrome.
Stop it! We're 8.5 minutes from airtime.
We want to do the interviews with the experts now.
We've got to do this now.
We've put up with your indecision for long enough. We want some answers.
Say something.
We're going to air with the nuclear story in a matter of minutes.
Not that story. That's not the real story. The real story is how you treat women. Your relationships with women have only been about you, right?
I can tell you how to get out of this. Kill yourself now.
He's willing to answer all your questions now.
How will you stop treating women like objects?
No comment.
Did you ever once tell me that you loved me in the 9 months we lived together?
No comment.
You couldn't love us because none of us were perfect, am I right?
No.
Your questions are hostile. They have nothing to do with the story.
You could never love a woman who was her own person, a fully defined human being. Yes or no?
Is there something wrong with that?
You haven't a clue what you want in a woman, and we're supposed to wait around at your beck and call till you figure it out.
He's afraid to admit that he can't love anything because he's dead inside. Am I correct?
No.
Not dead. Someone who agonizes the way he agonizes over me is not dead inside.
He agonizes because you remind him of his mortality.
I want her to be young again. Is that so terrible?
You want to be young again. That's what you really mean.
I have a show to do.
It's a big story. George is an old pro. He knows what he's doing. I trust his instincts. He's never failed us when it comes to the numbers.
But he was always self-obsessed. You know, I think all of us here together, he's out of control.
He's lost his romantic vision, and he's left alone with the truth. He can't deal with that. So he pulls us up out of his imagination looking for answers.
He said all I had to do was play myself, I'd be perfect.
He said the same thing to me.
He doesn't got a clue what he's doing. Can't believe I got you into this.
Does he really have the story?
I have no idea.
What are we doing here? I just talked to the guy at the plant who said the pressure in containment is alarmingly higher than what the chamber was designed to hold.
I feel ridiculous and manipulated. Oh, look, I've done a number of TV shows on the environment, and I've never been treated like such a piece of meat.
I've got clients waiting for me in my office right now. I killed the whole goddamn day here, and for what?
I think they pay about $125 if you're on air. It's a goddamn joke.
This is the biggest story of your life. We're 2 minutes away from airtime. I have the brass on my ass, and they want to see something.
I said don't worry.
He's got it all under control. I told you he'd come through for us. He's a genius. This better be good, or I'll have you killed.
Welcome! We're here on this big stage because this is a big story. But why do they call news stories? After man takes care of his basic animal needs, he indulges in a behavior not imposed by nature, but invented by him. Emerging as it does from his imagination, can we not then call all invented human life, this building, literature, freeways, wars, a fiction? If so, then television news must be theater, and this nuclear accident just one more scene in the human drama. That said, let the show begin.